Why do corporate board members care so much about lunch when they are supposedly there to talk numbers and strategy? Because hangry executives make worse decisions, and you already knew that deep down. Boxed lunches sound simple, like slapping a sandwich in a container and calling it a day, but that is where most vendors mess up the whole vibe. The box itself is basically a tiny stage, and if it looks like something from a gas station, the client is already mentally writing you a bad review. Let us talk price first, because everyone tiptoes around it like it is a secret handshake. A solid range for elegant corporate boxed lunches sits between $22 and $38 per person, depending on protein, packaging, and how fancy your napkin game is. You might think charging more for a nicer box is greedy, but really you are charging for the fact that nobody has to touch a plastic fork that snaps in half. Presentation is not decoration, it is a silent handshake that says this company respects your time. Timing is where a lot of vendors quietly torpedo their own reputation. If the meeting starts at noon and your delivery window is anywhere between 11:30 and 12:15, you are gambling with someone's blood sugar and their patience. Board meetings run on tight schedules, tighter than a toddler's nap window, so you want boxes arriving 15 to 20 minutes before the meal is expected, not exactly on the dot. That buffer lets the office manager set everything up without sweating through their blazer. Dietary needs are basically the plot twist nobody plans for but everyone should expect. Vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, nut-free, and the mysterious "I just do not eat cilantro" request are all things you should ask about before you even quote a price. A smart move is building 3 or 4 default box options that already cover common needs, so you are not scrambling like a contestant on a cooking show with 1 hour left. Label everything clearly, because nothing kills the elegant vibe faster than a whispered debate over which box might contain shellfish. Let us zoom into the box itself for a second, because texture and color matter more than people admit. A craft paper box with a wax seal sticker photographs better than a styrofoam clamshell, and in 2026, everything gets photographed whether you like it or not. Inside the box, think in layers like a tiny apartment, not a pile like a laundry basket. Sandwich or entree on one side, a small salad or side in its own compartment, and a dessert tucked in like a plot twist at the end of a movie. Utensils deserve their own paragraph because this is where cheap vendors reveal themselves instantly. Wooden utensils wrapped in a cloth napkin with a little twine bow cost pennies more but scream effort, while a plastic fork tossed in loose screams, "We did not think about you." Now here's the part nobody talks about enough, which is naming your boxes like tiny menu characters. Instead of chicken box, try something like boardroom classic or executive garden, because humans eat with their eyes and their imagination first. Communication with the client before the event saves you from disaster more than any recipe ever will. A simple form asking about headcount, dietary restrictions, delivery window, and any executive with a legendary food opinion turns chaos into a checklist. Profit margins on boxed lunches actually beat plated catering a lot of the time, because you save on staff, rentals, and cleanup while still charging for craftsmanship. That means smaller vendors can compete with bigger catering companies just by being sharper on presentation and timing. At the end of the day, the goal is making a room full of stressed-out decision makers forget they are eating from a box at all. If you nail the price, the timing, and the dietary details, you basically become the silent hero of every quarterly meeting. So, if you want the deeper playbook on pricing sheets, sample menus, and vendor tools for moments exactly like this, do you want to learn more about our company? Check out our links in the description.